Right. Good evening, everyone. I'm happy to be able to stream today, especially this game here, because today's game is going to be the last one and the main game deciding over the final top 4. We are, of course, just having top 4 tournament, like on every season, basically. And at the current stage, we are having 2 groups of 8 teams each. The top 2 of each group will then proceed and get into the top 4 tournament, which is starting quite soon. And there are 2 teams with an even amount of points right now. And those are Happy and Rejects. For the other teams, it does not matter too much anymore. There can still be some movement on the leaderboard, but it's rather unlikely. But on this team here, on this group, we are just having 2 teams at the same amount of points. The winner takes all. The winner of this match will proceed to get into the top 4 then. That's what we're all about today. And that's also why I'm super excited for it. And yeah, I guess I was just quite lucky to get this game still. And I'm very happy that I can stream this one. Let me just make some small adjustment here. I was just refining the overlay a bit further still. I think now I'm pretty much happy with it. Yeah. Good. So we are having our first map, Black Goldville. And it is going to be played with a double 60TP, double T120E5, nice 4 T100 LT, and a Sheridan by Hapki. So quite a lot of lights, 2 lights. I mean, for the current meta, that's a lot. On side of Rejects, we're having double 121B, T100 LT, double Streetswagen. And I could see some IS4, if I remember correctly. And some Kranwagen. Alright. We all should know at this point The Kranwagen is going to be right there, right in front of us here. On the other side though, on the blue team, because the Kranwagen is basically the best tank to decap that B-base here, can just camp in the back behind that little hill here, has a full clip and is just impossible to penetrate by anyone while he's trying to defend a B-cap. Rejects going for the C side with everyone. Streetswagens have been spotted. The 200 LT though getting into that C cap completely unspotted. Spotting the corner first before moving into the cap. And it is the 121B and the 200 now getting into the C. No, the 200 actually moving forwards. The Akutas on the other side already in A here. It's just going to get the cap advantage, I guess. No. It is actually reject with the cap advantage. Just by a small margin though. I think it is because the second 121B probably just drove through the cap as well, or I'm not too sure. It looked like the red team was first to be in the cap, but okay. So, cap advantage also here. Huge play for rejects to be able to get into that big cap for free here with Tonikawa. In the IS-4. Over there we've got this relocation here, the rotation of the rejects team spotted, which is not great for them. They're having a couple of tanks right in front of them, and Foshi here taking a couple of hits. But Playmakers are also pretty low on hit points already, but they're still having shots here into the E5s with the reactive armor. And Reject is going for a counter push immediately here with Tonikawa pushing into the back of the E5s, not allowing them to hide anymore. Foshi getting shot down, is out of the fight already. Reject with a really strong counter push here, just not hesitating at all, killing 2 guns already. But Playmaker is also in trouble here, still has some shot into Dakudas, and he is not really going to die here. Coil over there, the 121B getting focused by Dakudas, but he is going to survive this. Dakudas is going to lose. Nope, he doesn't. Dakudas still able to do something there, but Happy just really suffering here. Getting to lose one tank after the other. Rejects with a really nice counter push into their spawn. For a second, it looked like Rejects was about to lose a tank early, as they got spotted by an aggressive move of Hapki. But it is looking good for Rejects here. Really nice start for them. 6 tanks still alive. And yep, that was a really well played. All I can say about this. It's also quite interesting now to see Hapki and Rejects fighting for the top stage here, because it has been the case that both of these teams just suffered a little bit early on in the tournament and just were not in the best form and were not really winning a lot. I think both of them only got into the top 16 tournament, which we are still seeing right now, the round robin stage, on the very last qualifier. There have been 4 qualifiers, and the winner of each qualifier of each group got into this top 16 stage that we're seeing here. Hapki and Rejects did not manage to win early and only just got into the top 16 then on the very last day. Still, they are now on track of getting into the top 4 here, which is just phenomenal for those guys here. Hapki yesterday even struggling to get the players together, had to fight only 6 versus 7 against APA, against the strongest opponents that we could see in the tournament right now, and Hapki was probably not happy about it. They were just getting obliterated there. It was no fun experience to watch and probably not to play either. But yeah, today we are having 7v7. And we're seeing the same map again. A mouse for Rejects. a really uncommon tank in the current meta. I don't think I've seen it a single time yet. Nope. I haven't. First time seeing a mouse in this tournament. Also 140 has been played occasionally, but it is really not the greatest tank at all anymore, so it is not seen too often. It does have good mobility, good DPM, no armor at all. Mostly it is just a 200 LT being played instead. Some teams at the moment are just opting for the 1-1B as it offers some more hit points with the reactive armor. 20% more hit points then. And the 140, just offering a bit more mobility. The 1-1B is not the most mobile. 200 LT not having the best DPM anymore. And rejects with a strong start again, immediately going for the B cap with the I7s. Taking that C cap as well, double cap advantage to them again. But it is very unlikely for them to just apply it out on caps and sit it out here. Hapki already relocating to their spawn, not rating. They know they have to go for C eventually and B potentially as well. So they are already getting themselves into better positions, getting closer to the B cap and also sending double Streetswagen back to their spawn. So they can push C sooner or later. But also Rejects is aware that this move is likely to happen here. The push on to C is just the standard move here. So Rejects is preparing to immediately steal that A cap before Hapki can get all the other caps here. But Rejects currently just giving away the B cap and the C cap without being on A just yet. Now Ukrainian Leo is getting into A. But over here the Streetswagens have found the mouse, which was just left over there to just defend this area a little bit, potentially wasting a lot of time of the Hapki team. And Rejects is just not hesitating, not going for the A cap at all, immediately sending their forces to the B cap to kill the Hapki guys who are just about to farm the mouse here. And it looks like Rejects is going hammer here. 200 LT just pushing behind Hapki in a really bad focus fight. Dakudas getting killed already. The F215B not surviving. The DPM tank getting taken out here. IS-7 played by At1 is also taken out already. As the mouse just died, but the mouse was meant to die over there. Really well played by Rejects so far. 200 LT against Object 140 in a 1v1. Coil in the 140 has to run away. As also the Streetswagen is coming here, but he is getting deleted still. But it is only the second tank on side of Rejects to die. As Hapki already lost 3 tanks here with a Nopan in bad focus fire, but Playmaker down to a 1-shot. The IS-7 will still take a few seconds to just get the kill shot here. And El Nopan will die at the same time. Rejects currently taking base A as well. After the very aggressive push, they just decided to fall back a little bit with a 200 LT to make sure they were not about to lose on points. Radicoso meanwhile captures base B still. And the 200 LT is going to come back to the fight. Over here we're having 2 low hit point tanks, but F low on hit points has to back off here, leaving only Radicoso alone against for losing 2 points. And that was our second match. Really strong performance of Rejects. I did not expect this, honestly. I have not seen Rejects so far, or maybe I've seen them once. And I've streamed them once, and they were good, but not playing on top level. But what we are seeing here is top level, and that's no question. Let's have a look at the next one. So, Hapki under lots of pressure now. They have lost the first 2 games in a row. Rejects now getting more comfortable. Already being a bit closer to the top 4 stage and a bit closer to the big prize pool as well. They'll still have to fight for it, but still it is their last chance now. And I'm seeing some interesting lineups here, some more mediums again than we've seen on other teams, and also not necessarily the most meta tanks here. We are seeing a Leo on side of rejects on this game, also 1-1B and a T100 LT, so triple mediums here. Also some Streetswagen power, the tanks that are just absolutely great for the relocations and pushing the other side of the map. On side of Hapki, we are having some slightly more solid lineup, but also going very much with the meta of Streetswagen 60TP IS4. And we're switching the map here, by the way. I just did not mention it yet. We are now on Castilla. Typically a very campy map. But not always. Sometimes we're also seeing some very aggressive C pushes, which might be underway here on side of rejects. Streetswagen's going to secure the high ground while the rejects team is pushing double IS7s down towards C, but they do not bother to take it. The goal of those IS7s is to get into this corner here, just to overlook this area, push down any potential campers, and some light tank is potentially going for the C cap now. Map control is secured by rejects. Also, they're still having a 1-1B over here. A move that we have seen quite a few times already at this point. 1-1B being covered by the Leo from the other side. T100 LT now dropped down into the C cap. Streetswagens also being able to cover the 1-1B, who with the reactive armor is able to increase his hit points to about 2.4k if he gets focused badly here by Sheridan and the T100. So he's going to survive for quite a bit. Going to stay there. And Hapki already going for a counter push here back into their spawn, having found the IS7s right in front of them, but they are still covered. I am not too sure whether this is a move that is going to work out for Hapki here. They have lost a few hit points for this move already. Especially Ike here on that IS4. Nopan also overpeaking into the Leopard over there and getting pushed by Tony Kawa. Rejects just getting aggressive here. The Hapki team just all trapped in a little corner here. Not really able to fight too much. Over there the T100 and Sheridan out of the fight. Could not go for the 1-1B immediately. Went aggressively towards F here. Putting out a few shots into that Sheridan. Maybe still has the last one here. Not going to be able to finish him, but he can push him now. And rejects on the other side. Counter pushing Hapki. Now the hit points are even. A reject from the start on less hit points on the field. 2 guns out of the fight on side of Hapki. While also the rejects team now lost 2. A couple of one-shots on the field here. Next one's taken out. 4 rejects. F 1 shot. Ukrainian Leo 1 shot on side of rejects. Playmaker being taken out. Rejects with more hit points on the field. But still, the amount of guns is pretty much even. Now in favor of Hapki. The IS-7 is quite healthy still. But the T-100 was absolutely crucial to keep that tank alive. He was still having some hit points. And just lost all of his HP to the Leopard over there. Was also still quite healthy. And I guess right now 2v3 here. Hapki having a gun more on the field. But rejects about to take the second cap here with the 1-1B, who is just not getting contested with that. So, second cap for our rejects. And especially the Leopard here will play a crucial role for rejects, because he's still quite healthy. And having a medium or light tank with a lot of mobility against you in the end game is just absolutely horrible. Because he can just circle around the map, can put out shots on peak multiple times. without having to be afraid of getting outspotted. Radicoso here about to go towards the 1-1B. Is going to push out first, put out a big shot, and maybe it is F now finishing him. Nope, F getting killed by the leopard from the other side. And that was the game deciding move here to get this double kill here for the rejects team. Almost they had it by killing the 1-1B, but Slobin, is it Slobina Lisa? Might be, I'm not too sure. Slobin just doing a phenomenal job here on that leopard and just covering his teammate in the best way possible. So third win to rejects. We're still going to have a couple more, or maybe only one more game, if reject is really going to win just the same way. Hapki still has a chance though. They would have to win 4 games in a row though. And that's not going to be easy, especially under so much pressure as they are under right now. It was a close game, rejects not having a lot of hit points from the start on, and Hapki just almost had them again. But then the T100 LT dying was a huge problem for them. He lost all his hit points. It was full life basically as he pushed in and killed a one shot. I think it was 60 TP. And the leopard just farmed him down. I think it should be or could be Slobina Lisa. That's already up first. I will have another look at the profile. Does it tell me anything? Yeah, played on BPS, Gravitas before. Should be Slobina Lisa. Also a very large YouTube channel. He has like 250,000 subs or so, followers. No, subs on YouTube. Okay, third win to rejects. And we are about to see the potential last game of the evening. Yep. Castilla again, Hapki just starting into the game with a pretty heavy lineup. Although we've seen in the past already by multiple different teams that mobility really pays off here on this map. Both teams moving towards A. Afcocot, aka the F, overlooking base C then. Reject, sending some Streetswagens into the middle. They might go for a fast B cap here. Yes, they are. No, they are just going for the shootout from the B cap. And No Pants set on fire here and permatracked. Lost all his hit points already, down to a one shot. The 1-1B still staying in aggressive positions here with a reactive armor. And now also the second 1-1B going for reactive armor, but maybe the 1-1Bs are just staying a little bit too long here, because now they are in pretty bad focus fire. They're still having a TVP to their side. Oh, look at that aggression and that focus fire. One 1-1B is out. TVP also down on hit points and on the long reload, but the third tank on side of Hapki is already out of the fight, and now the very healthy Streetswagens are pushing in from behind with a massive amount of DPM, about to finish off the Hapki tanks here. IS-7s can do nothing against those Streetswagens, and even F, who is now pushing in from behind, still won't be able to change the outcome of this game anymore, even if he hammers out his maximum DPM into the Streetswagens. The Streetswagens are just stronger here, just having a lot more DPM and that insane mobility with the speed boost here. F getting tracked, now trapped in a pocket here in between the devil Streetswagens who are bullying him. Only Dakudas is left alive and about to be taken out by Playmaker. And that was a 2-minute game here on Castilla. And it is not Campstia as the nickname is of this map here. For those teams, it is certainly not the case. Really well done here by by Rejects. Both teams played well, but Rejects just really showing some good stuff here. I'm happy to see that. We could see such great games here. And that's already it, guys. 4 games only. Very quick tournament here. And that means that Rejects will be in the top 4. I will just quickly show you the ranking again. Let's just see the updated ranking. The other teams are probably not done yet, so I won't be able to show you all the results. Let me quickly open the tournament page. So we are just having now Rejects on the 2nd place. It does not matter whether API loses or wins, they haven't won anything so far, everything. And they are definitely 1 point ahead, no matter what happens here. Hapki still getting pushed down to the 4th place of Group 1 here. That's also to be kept in mind here. We're having 2 groups. And this is group number 1. With IPA first, Reject second. Those 2 will get into the top 4 tournament. We're also having a 2nd group where we are still going to see an interesting fight, or that's happening right now as well. Top quality team is playing against Serenity still. I don't really think that Serenity still has the energy to win this game. But if Serenity won the game, then Ikra could still get onto the 2nd place. Or even a 1st one. If Aqua loses. But that's just probably not going to happen. So, yeah. Aqua, Ikra, Raid having some pretty easy opponents right now. Who are at the bottom of the list, and top quality team playing against Serenity. So actually this might still decide something for top quality team. Because look at this. Number 1, 2 and 3 are all having the same amount of points. Although Ikra is already done with their match. Let's quickly scroll down a little bit. Yeah, Ikra is already done with a 4-0. Very decisive win. That was expected, to be honest, because Bart has not won anything yet, sadly. And Raid is also very likely to win against Sphinx here. Quick is very likely to lose against Aqua. Although those matches are still ongoing, yep, the result is to be expected to be, as I said, only top quality Serenity. That's a bit tougher, but usually I would have said Serenity is actually the better team of those 2. But Serenity won't make it into the top 4 anymore, and we can just all ask ourselves and guess what the motivation is to play on the last day of the tournament when you are not having any chance of getting to the next stage anymore. Or for top quality, it is still all about it. Yeah, Happy Beaver just still saying, what an insane strat. Surprised that it worked. Yeah, it's actually a strat that has been played with AMX 50B, so other autoloaders in the past already, sending those 2 or 3 tanks towards the B cap to shoot out the A area. Now the Streetswagens are really well suited for that. because you need a lot of mobility to be able to go for the shootout of the A area, which the Rejects team just did. On the other side, we've seen batshits or TVPs in the past, and I think the 1-to-1 Bs are really great options here because of their reactive armor. I think the meta is just really playing into the hands of this strategy. It's not a new one, but it is just, yeah, really working out nicely there. I'm getting a phone call. Yeah, not now. Okay. Yeah, guys, we're done with the tournament, at least for the top 16 stage here. We are going to see some more tournament games in the very next days. Let me just have a quick look. We are going to see the next one in 3 days then. And then 3 days of top 4 tournament. So, well, we are going to be back with tournaments at that point then, on March 15. I will still go for some random games now. Who adjusted the chat size here? What a noob. Let's put it into the right position. Much better now. Okay. Yeah, I will just go for some random games at this point. And do I restart the stream? I think I will just restart the stream to get rid of the delay. And I will be streaming on Twitch only then, so in case you're watching on YouTube right now, make sure to have a look at the description. And there you will be able to find a Twitch link for the remaining session of the evening. If you are going to leave here at this point, although if you're still here, you can just keep watching. If you are just about to leave now, have a nice evening still. And good night, see you back on the next one. And bye.